But first, we meet Turkish writers at odds with their government. Casting a critical eye on the current or past political leaders is an act of daring that can earn writers censorship or prison sentences. Arts.21 visits Istanbul as part of DW's Human Rights Week.
The writer Nevin Berktaş has spent over 20 years in Turkish prisons. As a left-wing dissident, under military rule, she was arrested, held in solitary confinement, and tortured. She wrote a book about her experiences and was thrown in jail again last year. Now she's free again. She was released early after she won her case at the European Court of Human Rights. Her cause attracted support from abroad, but she wasn't the only writer incarcerated in that prison.
For a while, it was the Kurdish writers who suffered the most, along with those whose books addressed the Armenians and the genocide. Now I write about prison. It doesn't bother me. If you write about particular issues that are disagreeable, you'll get put on trial. There are many writers and journalists in prison. There's no freedom of expression.
Turkey, a land of contrasts, on the path to European Union membership, where modernity and tradition collide and where secularism meets Islam. Following the election win by Recep Tayyip Erdogan's religious conservatives, fears are growing of a new squeeze on democratic rights. Writers and journalists speak of a threat to freedom of expression and to themselves. The most recent arrests were all made on the basis of the same accusation: membership in Ergenekon, an ultra-nationalist group said to be plotting to bring down the Islamic government. Ertuğrul Maviolu works for the commercial TV station IMC. He organizes rallies in support of his colleague Ahmet Şık. Maviolu was arrested last year, accused of supporting Ergenekon.
The accusations are absurd. It's ridiculous to think he's part of a plot. In his articles and in our books, Ahmet Şık has always spoken out for the politically persecuted and those who have disappeared. He's written about unexplained murders in Anatolia. The accusations are an attempt to damage his reputation for good.
Beyoğlu, a liberal district of Istanbul, is home to the writer Murat Somer. Like many intellectuals, he's concerned about freedom of expression, but he says he isn't afraid.
Not directly, that's what that covers them, but they do it very softly. The censorship is increasing, they are banning plenty of things. Even the ban on the internet is coming in mid-August. There's going to be a security wall.
Murat Somer is a successful Turkish writer. He often travels abroad where he gets a different perspective. He's angry that he encounters so many difficulties with his books in Turkey. His murder mysteries aren't subject to direct censorship, but it can take years to find a publisher. He says that's because of the things he writes about. His protagonists are often gay or transvestites.
As I turned to the page with the crime news, I got a shock. Transvestite killed in fire. The last gulp of coffee ran down my throat with a bitter taste. I put the cup down and skimmed the article. It's devastating when something happens to one of our girls.
So-called honor killings are not uncommon in Turkey. The victims are often transsexuals, especially those who live from prostitution. It's an open secret, but no one wants to talk about it. The setting, mixed with Islam, is too risky for many publishers.
I was thinking, oh, my books are going to be underground classics circulating in the internet, because I was forwarding them to my friends, and then the editors from one publishing company was forwarding it to the others, but all of them were afraid. I even signed some agreements, and when the due date of the publishing came closer, the publisher just said, oh, sorry, can we cancel it? Oh, we can pay a little bit money if you want to, but we can't do that kind of things.
Literary agent Barbaros Atatürk says self-censorship is growing among publishers. He fears a gradual erosion of democracy through religious, conservative elements.
But not only Turkish intellectuals, but I think all the world intellectuals are afraid of giving them too much power, because they are not going to change the system here. I mean, they are not going to put some Islamic system. We know that by now, but the democracy will become weaker.
Turkey's powerful leader continues to cause concern among the country's secular elite. As Turkey's economic boom continues, the European Union will also be keeping a close eye on whether its democracy turns into a farce.